Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gordon and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
On second down, Prescott again. The open man is Westbrook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Prescott. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Watch the safety creek.
And that's going to be incomplete. On the defensive side here, the starters for the Texans. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9th.
This passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 17 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
And wide receiver Tyler Lockett continues to improve as a route runner and a playmaker downfield. Well, let's not forget his main use, kick returner. Knows how to break open a game in that area as well.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. And his throw here is incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Luck now to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 15 carries, 68 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Prescott now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Prescott. His throw incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. From the 22, Luck. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Back to throw, Luck. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, Connor looking for space. Look at the spin. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. These two teams all tied after one. Play action. It's Locke. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. The third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run the counter. It's Gordon. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Lockett. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Looking to throw on second down. Luck. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. Throwing on third down. Luck. And finding Keelan Cole. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket. Strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart. Valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. A gain on the play. First down.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Conner on first down, able to take this one forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Conner, and he'll go down at the 28. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
From the red zone now, Locke. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll run here with Conner. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Stepping up, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Andrew Luck, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
They're not ready for this, man. Ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Here's Gordon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Prescott now. And his pass incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start the drive with Connor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
17 yards on the pickup. And it'll make it a 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing his locked. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, block. He's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Switch up, switch up.
They'll try and run forward with Conner. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. James Conner, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Prescott. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Prescott on 1st down. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he completes it to Westbrook. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. 3 points there at the end of the half, and I think you'll take that, right?
No doubt. That shaves off a little bit of the lead right before the half. Kind of like my barber shaving off a little on the top.
And we're going to have a good second half. You look at the score right now. You got a close one. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it was Andrew Luck who had the hot hand in the first half. His guys have the lead on the road as we get you back up to Nashville and say hello once again to Brandon Gordon.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. From the 29, Luck.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the gun on third down, Luck. And that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They'll run on first down. Gordon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Prescott. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. To throw is Prescott. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
On third down, it's Prescott. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
54. Watch 54. Let's go, D.
On first down, it's Gordon. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Prescott. The open man is Westbrook. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. So here now is Prescott, as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's Lott. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now it's Locke off the bootleg. It's complete to Fuller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
First down, Texans.
Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now it's Conner. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Titans now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Check, 93 at the mic, 93 at the mic. Set the tone. Set the tone, defense, let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here from Melvin Gordon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Play action now. Prescott. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Luck. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Prescott to throw it. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Come on.
Prescott from the gun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Bradley Chubb getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
3rd and long for Prescott.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
And now out comes Houston. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. To throw is Love. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a 1st down throw, Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Locke. The throw taken in by Cole. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Good one, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Kill.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Luck. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Luck. He's got Fuller. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go one more.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Sack, baby. Sack.
Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. 4th down, Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Prescott, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And he completes it to Westbrook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Prescott. And the open man is Westbrook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Check, 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 check.
first down. Prescott looking for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah. Now
you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Zerline good with a PAT as this gets them back within a touchdown and a two-point conversion. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they take a knee. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Texans, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.